Let me finish tonight with that familiar American debate. Who do we blame for something bad? I remember once saying to my father not many years ago that I really thought FDR was a great man. Having served in the Navy during World War II, I thought my father would agree. He didn't. He said he still suspected Roosevelt knew about Pearl Harbor, knew that the Empire of Japan's Navy, led by Admiral Yamamoto, was going to attack our Pacific Fleet, that our president left those ships there like sitting ducks so that he could get us into the war in Europe. Well, since my dad worked in Navy intelligence, I sort of let it go, let it sit there. I decided I liked FDR nonetheless and liked them more each year. But to this question of who do you blame? I don't blame George W. Bush for causing the attack of 9/11. I don't blame his brother Jeb for the fact that terrorists went down into Florida to learn just enough about flying those big commercial airliners so that they could aim them into the buildings. Who do I blame? Are those who would have jumped on another president if he were in office during 9/11. Can you imagine how his critics would have leaped into action had Barack Obama been in the White House when the Twin Towers and the Pentagon were hit? Be honest. Think about it. Would they have let him run for re-election in 2004 under the banner, "He kept us safe"? More likely, he would have been run out of town on a rail, tarred and feathered, brought up on impeachment charges. What do you think? I am glad, happy really, that in all the years since 9/11, we haven't engaged in a carnival of accusation about that. Iraq, a different story. We know who caused that disaster, the 100,000 people killed there. It was had nuclear weapons when the CIA knew the opposite. We don't need a conspiracy theory when we have that unassailable fact. You saw the witness delivering it right here tonight. And that's hardball for now. Thanks for being with us. All In with Chris Hayes starts right now. Okay, let me look at something here, and everybody. Last May, I spoke with Mike Morrell. He's the CIA official who briefed President George W. Bush during the run-up to the Iraq War. He was the guy that talked directly to the president about weapons of mass destruction, they're existing or non-existing. In our interview, I showed him something that Dick Cheney had said prior to the invasion. Here's that clip of what Cheney said and the interview with Morrell that followed. I think these are important.
And we believe he has, in fact, reconstituted nuclear weapons.
Was that true or not?
So we were saying...
Was that true?
We were saying...
Can you answer that question?
No,
was that true?
That's not true.
You're briefing the president on the reasons for war. They're selling the war, using your stuff, saying that you made that case when you didn't. So they're using your credibility to make the case for war dishonestly, as you just admitted.
Look, I'm just telling you...
Well, you just admitted it.
I'm just telling you what
they gave a false presentation of what you said to them.
On some aspects.
He had a nuclear weapon.
I'm telling you what we said.
That's a big deal.
Chris, I'm telling you what we said.
Do you agree? It's a big deal. They claimed they had a weapon when you knew they didn't.
It's a big deal.
What do you make of that, Al? The guy who briefed the president said they didn't have a nuclear weapon. Cheney goes out and says they did.
Well, look,
maybe
Chris,
not. Maybe lie's a strong word, but inconsistent is a powerful fact here.
Here's what I think. The next time we have Annenberg trials, I want you to be the prosecutor.